Hey there, thank you for joining me in this one. This is going to be a very short video where I'm going to explain to you how you can deduplicate data in your Einstein analytics environment. If you look at this account data set, it could also be a table that you're pulling in and you're trying to deduplicate. You will see that there are multiple duplicate based on the name and the created dates of obviously they are unique, but the names are they are duplicate. So our goal to duplicate this data. In the process of doing that, I'm going to be explaining the concept of partitioning, and I'll be using row number in that partitioning to remove duplicate at the end of the video, because I'm going to show you how you can actually remove, if you want to remove if you want to remove the latest record and keep the oldest, or if you want to remove the oldest and keep the latest records in the case of duplicate. I will show that at the end of the video. But say we have these, I will want to remove duplicate here. We can create a recipe. I'm going to go to new recipe. I'm already in my data manager environment, and that is where we are going to be doing this now. My next video is going to be how you can do the same thing using Circle. So we're going to add our data set, and the data set we want to pull in is that telecom data set that I just showed you. I am going to pull that telecom data set right here, and I'm going to go to next. Now we've pulled in our telecom account and we've pulled in all the fields. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do partitioning. We're going to partition the data based on the name field. Now partitioning is the same thing like grouping, but it's a different kind of grouping. But this grouping, you're grouping and then you're doing operation on the groups, and you can use window functions to do partitioning, because you're going to group your data. So for this case, you're going to group your data based on name. So we'll have Verizon, and then you have Verizon. In the two Verizon record that you have, you're going to do something in that window, and that's why it's called window. And so we're going to go into functions here, and then we're going to take custom formula. Since we're using multiple rows, like I said, we're going to do in that window of that multiple rows, we're going to be adding row number, which we're going to use that row number to filter our data. I'm going to toggle that way it gives us the option to be able to use window functions. And what the window functions we're going to be using here is row number. So what it's going to do is it's going to come here and say, okay, this is Verizon. This is the first time I see Verizon, the row number is going to be 1. This is the second time I see Verizon, the row number is going to be 2. So it's going to group that and it just give the number. And so in the window of that Verizon, it's going to number them. In the window of T-Mobile, it's going to number them. So T-Mobile, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's come here, and what are we partitioning by? What are we grouping technically by? In this case, we're grouping by name, and we're also ordering by name. We want to order it by name. Then ascending order, that works. And then the row number. So our output is going to be an integer, right? So it's number. So we're just going to say the column name, the new column name. I'll just say row num, and the API is going to be the same thing, row num. Yeah. And then I'll apply that. Now, see this what's happening here. You will see that we have balls here. It's 1, row number 1 and 2. And then T-Mobile. Now this T-Mobile is different. It's case sensitive, and that's why this T-Mobile is different from these ones. And you can see that this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Verizon is 1 and 2. Now, when we have this, all we need to do is we can filter this data based on the row number, and say where the row number is 1, give us a record. So in this case, in the case of balls, the row number here is 1 here, so it's going to give us this record. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to add a filter here, and I'm going to say that where the row number is equal to 1, and then I apply that. Done. And then I'm going to apply that, and you see now that we have deduplicated our data. Now we have just one boss, one T-Mobile, T-Mobile, and Verizon. That's it. We've deduplicated the data. All you need to do is add your data to your output source, and then name your output, and just say, let me just say account here, and then API name is still going to be account. And then you apply, and that's going to be it. Now, at the beginning of the video, I was saying that you can sort this data and take the latest record. Say, for example, account was created in January 2022, and for some reason, we had an intern who came in and created another account in February 2022. We want to delete that of that intern. So in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to come to our partition. I'm going to make changes from here. I'll edit this. Then here, what I would do is now we are partitioning by name, but we're gonna order it by created date. What we want to do is want to do it ascending order, and then we apply. Now, what is gonna happen is it's gonna sort it based on the ascending. So here we're just gonna do the same thing, and now it's gonna give us the oldest record here, and that is what we are doing, and that's the technique that I said. So what I changed here was you come here and you change it to order by created date. So you're ordering by the date in which it was created. You saw that. All right. Thank you so much. My next video is going to be how you could do the same thing using circle. And thank you for watching.